Yo guys, what's good? Today I'm going to be commentating round 5, the final round of the TeamSport Leicester Teams Championship. I wasn't even originally meant to be racing in this, but I was already booked on to the Monday night 3 for 2, and Jack said one of the other guys needed a teammate, so he let me race in this one for free. So thanks to Jack, the guy you can see on the screen, and thanks to the guy Hayden, who didn't have a teammate and let me be his teammate basically. And yeah, this produced some great content, so I really wanted to get it out. I recorded this on the same night as Junior League Round 3. Obviously, I posted the 2 other rounds that I've done this season already. So that video will be coming next week, the weekend of the 22nd and the 23rd of July. So without further ado, this is the format. 10-minute quali, 15-minute race, 20-minute race, and I'll explain both formats in the race intros. So let's just get on to the quali lap because I want to get straight into it. Alright guys, here we go then for the race 1 build up. Coming onto the grid now, starting P4 as you saw from that quali lap. Good enough for P4 on the grid. Starting from the outside is what it is, usual spot. As I explained, I was going to say I'll do all the format stuff. So 15-minute race, and literally the most simple thing, just in order of quali result. And then just as I'm chilling, waiting for the race to start, I don't even know how I didn't see this, Jack just pops out on the side of my screen, comes up to my camera and just looks in my camera, and I honestly don't know how I didn't even notice it. It was so funny when I watched over the recording. But yeah, got a straight mug there. So without further ado, let's get straight into the race and let's see how it went. Start from the outside as lights turn on, and we go to 5 red lights, and we go green. Car literally didn't move a single bit. I could have ran faster, cover off from the guys behind, but Shane gets through. He absolutely dive bombed into hairpin 1, but I hold my line to take, so keep it round to hairpin 2, and lost a bit of momentum off of that. But then just coming under the bridge, we go to yellows anyway. Alright, here we go then for the quick restart, following Shane in the orange down the ramp. And we go green. Bit of a dodgy spot to go green because just before we're about to go down the ramp, but got a good getaway, sticking with the front train. Even have a little look for a cheeky move, but decided it's best to just stay behind. And for me, this race was just completely for fun because obviously I haven't entered this championship before, and it was in teams, and it's the final round. So it was all just fun and good practice for BIKC really. Good time to learn and just really just learn the track and like racing of it. Because obviously all of us here know the ins and the outs of the track. It's just about our decision making, so that's not something track specific. I can carry that over to any track I go to. And this race, and definitely the Junior League race, which will be coming next week, is definitely full of those learning mistakes, or learning curves and mistakes, which I've adapted to, and I also need to make adaptations to. But for most of this part of the race, I just sat behind Shane. I was nice and patient, and trust me, it definitely paid off, as you will see in the coming laps or when I skip on, because definitely heavily rewarded me, as it always does, or mostly does. I don't want to jinx anything, but yeah, just really trying to settle into the race now. And yeah, race driving is definitely very different from kart lapping as well. You really have to adapt the style. So yeah, before I bore you, I'll skip on to when it gets interesting. Coming onto the straight now, we're all still bunched up, bumper to bumper, and Shane doesn't look for the move, but driver in front goes wide, and Shane then is forced off the racing line, and I just take the opportunity to go up the inside. There was a bit of contact there, but I think it was more me sliding into him than anyone deliberately making contact, so I take that free move. It's sometimes like that where you just get forced to the outside and you can't get back on the racing line, then can really just hurt your race quite badly. But anyway, I'm back up to P4 where I started now, and obviously looking to have a net gain in this race, so close the gap and then try and overtake the guys in front. Coming down the ramp again and onto the straight here. Supercar Blondie, Hannah in front. Looks for a move into hairpin one on Craig, but doesn't really commit to it. So now there's a bit of momentum, as I think I just slightly tapped the back of her. Now she's trying to go offline, trying to find a way past Craig. She must have had lots more grip round here. And we know that the top is a very popular and the easiest overtaking spots. But anyway, she goes for a move up the inside, doesn't really work out. I had to slow down, get bumped from behind, and then actually end up being forced through a gap up at the top, rewind that, and there's quite a mouthful for me to put in such a short amount of time. But either way, I'm up to third, and I was bumped through, so sorry for any contact there. But I tried to make it minimal contact with her in front because didn't want it to come off of me. And now I'm behind Craig, and he's actually one of the Race Academy instructors, and that's a good thing about this TSL Championship, because it's not an official event. The staff are allowed to race in it, so both the guys in front, Craig in the orange suit and Deck in his own suit, are both staff members here at TeamSport Leicester. But this championship allows them to actually get a bit of race action with some of the members. So yeah, I think it's a really good addition to the TeamSport Leicester calendar, I suppose. So for the rest of this race, I end up just following Craig, as I said, Race Academy instructor. I mean, he fills in for Jack when he's not here. And as you see, Shane followed me through on the other move, and he is going to play a part in the end of this race. But yeah, this is how most of the laps panned out. So I'm going to skip on to the last lap, which was very eventful, because this is just how the majority of the rest of the race went. Here we go then, rounding the final corner. Last lap board is out, and we cross the line now. Start the last lap through the hairpin, fairly safe. No one's going to go for a move, and if they do, it will just end badly for both. So through the hairpins, I'm safe. Just got to keep it smooth. Smooth input under the bridge. Nice one input. Run up to hairpin 3. Spot your braking point, because I actually do it a bit too early. Lose a bit of momentum. Now Shane is right on my bumper. And I've decided to go defensive up here at the top just to cover off any chance. And I actually get pushed. And now Shane's up on my inside. And then I brake here. This is my mistake. Ran wide. Shane goes up the inside. Drag race to the line, but he's already ahead. So Shane managed to get me on the line to take P3 away. So I ended up finishing P4, as you can see on the side of the screen. And he came up to me at the end of the race, and he ended up saying he got bumped from behind. Overall, I think I was the one who made the mistake by braking. I shouldn't have braked. I should have just at least just let the car coast rather than braking, because then I had a train behind me and they all just started bumping into each other. So, but he came up to me, he said he didn't mean to hit me. It wasn't him, it was the car behind that bumped him. So there was nothing wrong there. And as I said, this is my only entry into this championship, so I was just here for fun, wasn't disheartened at all, and I knew that it was a really good race overall. So yeah, let's go on to race 2 now. On to race 2 now, looking to improve, and let me just run you through the format. So it's based on qualifying, but what it is the person who got first starts on pole and their teammate starts last. So then second place will start second and teammate second last. But what Jack let us do was pick who we wanted to have in each of those positions. So since I qualified 4th, I let Hayden, my teammate, go into 4th position, and now I'm starting 11th for the race. Here we go then for race number 2, starting 11th on the grid. A lot of the faster guys starting at the back near me as well. As the lights turn on, good to 5 red lights, and go green. Get a much better start this time, kart responds a lot better. And then just as we come around to hairpin 1, stamp on the brakes but get rammed forwards. So I just got rammed from behind, lost control of the car, caused a bit of chaos. But gained position anyway as one guy just completely pushed wide. And Sinclair gets pushed off the line here, so I looked for the inside but it was a bit half-hearted and the corner just closed me off anyway. So I didn't want to hold us up, so I just let it go and just followed behind him. Still looking to find the rhythm at the start of this race. No, obviously sometimes it just doesn't come to you and it's a bit scrappy at the beginning, but yep. Round to hairpin 1 now then on the next lap, and then coming up to hairpin 2, Sinclair just runs himself wide, so naturally I got up the inside, but now I'm forced off the racing line, and Deck, who qualified on post and started last, just nipped up the inside. Really good kart control and he's very quick, so I decided rather than fighting him, I'm going to try and follow him through. So that was kind of my strategy for the next couple of laps if I was able to. And Deck was just on a charge here, so he passed me, he goes for the inside of the Sinclair and then managed to get a move off successfully thanks to his great kart control. I've got to give it to him, it's minimal contact really, and that's very hard round at hairpin 1. So instantly my plan of following him through his car off. So now I'm stuck behind Sinclair, but I'm trying to really look for a way through now. As we got up the ramp and I made such a silly mistake, just go for a half-hearted move, ends up in contact, and he pushes me wide, obviously his line to take. Luckily I didn't lose any positions off of that, but lose momentum and just kind of get stuck behind him for quite a while. Skipping on a bit further now, the field's more bunched up. Sinclair goes defensive so I can take the normal line around here. But then when we come down the ramp, obviously stuck in like a 4 or 5 kart trade now. And Sinclair goes a bit wide, so then I get right on his bumper. Literally going bumper to bumper down to hairpin 1. Look for the inside. Bit half-hearted again. Made a bit of contact, wasn't intentional, but made the contact. Now I'm on the outside. He runs me wide, and I don't think he thinks it was fair, but I thought it was. But anyway, I wasn't complaining. Take the inside. Now it's a drag race to hairpin 3. I pushed myself along. Go a bit deep because I was carrying speed on the inside, but managed to cover it off luckily and gained a position finally. I got a lot of respect for him, but at the same time when we're in a race, I can't be dealing with the hand signals and that because I just lose control of the car and lose focus. So under the visor, like they say in motorsport, you got no friends, but it's a bit harsh. Good thing is that I've made the move on him now, so it gives me a chance to catch up to Deck and actually have a chance of progressing forward through the race. Skipping even further ahead now. See, I've caught up to the train a little bit more, and especially through the hairpins when they are forced to go slower. Catch up a lot. You see there, I just gained another chunk on Deck, and now I'm right behind him out of hairpin 2. But then I was quick to realise that he was stuck behind Sam, who's a heavyweight, and rightfully so. He just defends everything, especially against lightweights like Deck. Lightweights are half a second quicker naturally plus, so he's defending. At this point I really knew that the race was just over because I've raced him so many times when I've been in Deck's position and just found absolutely no way through in grid series, other members events, all that kind of stuff. So this is literally how the rest of the race played out, and actually my GoPro stopped recording, so it didn't even get the full race as well. So I think it must have got somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes of the footage. So I'm gonna let the race play out, and it will just stop at some point. So I'll do my outro now, and you guys can finish watching the rest of this if you want to. Alright guys, if you made it this far, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. This has been a bit of a spontaneous video as I didn't even know this was going to happen, or I'd even be racing in this. So again, thanks to Jack, thanks for Hayden for letting me race and be your teammate. I'm hoping to get more members content out soon as it's summer, so I'll definitely be doing more members content. But do not forget, Junior League Round 3 coming the weekend after this is uploaded, so the 22nd or 23rd of July. So I hope to see you then. As I've mentioned before, please consider subscribing. The channel has actually seen quite a lot of growth in this past month or two, which is really good because it shows we've got a new audience and people are liking the content. So don't worry, I'm definitely sticking around for more uploads every 1 or 2 weeks. I was busy last weekend, so couldn't get the video out. But yeah, lots of new content coming soon. And BIKC, don't forget, September 13th or 14th, I think it is, for juniors. Cannot forget the local finals. So full video, as I mentioned before, will be out on that when it comes to it. And wish me luck. Hopefully I can do well. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.